background? Where do you hail from?
The story was told to us in 1938. In comic books first, but has been told again and again in cartoons, in books, on radio, on records, in film serials, and on television. It was a bold and risky venture to attempt to put him in a full-length feature film. The idea was the brainchild of a young producer, then still in his 20s, Ilya Salkin.
I was walking in front of a cinema that had Zorro playing with a French star called Alain Delon. And 2 days after, I had dinner with my father. And then suddenly I said to my father, let's do Superman. He said, it's known, this Superman. I said, it's known? It's known as Jesus Christ. Everybody knows Superman.
So I explained to him what it was. I said, Superman is a man who flies, who can do this, who's good, has terrible enemies, and all kind of fantastic things happen. And he immediately clicked.
When Ilya mentioned it, I started reading all the stuff about. And I believed it could be very good as a major film, if it would be done right.
We were finishing The Four Musketeers. Ilya came up with the idea, actually, said, hey, what about doing Superman, the comic book, as a film? So I said, well, it's gonna be expensive.
I said, we gotta do something that is serious, that is big. So he went to talk to his backers, and they all reacted well. And then, okay, we said, yeah, let's do it. My father, Alexander Salkin, was an absolute wizard. Really had this extraordinary talent to find money. And also he had an incredible charm in a different way, but you know, he would hypnotize people, literally. Had very blue eyes, and just look at them, and hypnotize them. And they would give checks. I've tried, it doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Then we proceeded with looking on how to secure the rights. In August of '74, a representative of DC Comics flew in to London. That was a gentleman called Bernard Cashton. The key for DC Comics was, and actually there is a clause in the contract, which is called integrity of character.
The arrangements for the first couple of Superman movies were a very exhaustive contract with the Salkins, where DC was really trying to look at every possible issue of production and take a very aggressive point of view of the quality of the production, the standards, and really to be as fully involved as possible to make sure that it would be a great set of films.
That was a very daring idea at the time. There had not been a comic book movie prior to Superman, other than the serials in theaters really in the late 40s. There, of course, had been television shows, the Superman TV show, but to do a big budget Hollywood film of a comic book character, that was thinking in a way people really hadn't done previously. And in that sense, the Salkins were very pioneering.
DC Comics had absolute control on everything that was done. Of course, who would play Superman? They approved Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. They approved Dustin Hoffman. They approved Al Pacino. They approved Jimmy Caan. They approved Steve McQueen, Clint Eastwood. It was a smorgasbord, you know, a real mix.
Some of it, when you look back in retrospect, is kind of funny because you have the approved list of actors who could play Superman or Lois, and included most of the stars of the day, including some who probably should never have been in those roles, but just had enough box office appeal, I guess, at the time to technically count as approved.